All right, in this video, we're talking about exercises for low back pain in rotational athletes. So we're gonna show 3 variations of those right here. All right, one problem we see with rotational athletes like baseball, softball, golf, even tennis sometimes, is that you rotate a whole bunch to one direction, but you neglect the opposite side. So what we wanna do is train that, but we wanna do all these exercises on both sides. And we're gonna start with a kneeling or a half kneeling rotation pull. So we'll be here, rotating across, boom, just like this. You want to make sure that this knee doesn't cave in when you're doing this motion. You should feel the activation on the outside portion of your back. You also want to make sure you keep your arms straight, and that all that does is that maximizes the tension at the low back. All right, here I want to show a couple variations of a med ball rotational throw. All right, first off, you can stand in an athletic position, feet just a little bit wider than shoulders, knees bent a little bit. And we want to start with the ball down by our hips. Now, I'm not using a super heavy ball here. This is 6 pounds. I kind of like the cat things at 6 pounds, maybe 8 pounds, depending on the person. But the reason for that is we want to generate speed here with this movement. And if you get too heavy, it slows down that rotational aspect, okay? So we're going to start here. We'll do a scoop toss, load, boom, boom. And obviously we want to train that on both sides. Another one we can do here to train rotation with the med ball is get in a kneeling position. We want to extend that front foot just a little bit, and our toes need to be stationed, like planted in the ground. But we're going to load and explode, and as we do that, we want to have a strong front leg so it pops this knee up right here, okay? Boom. All right, so for this movement, this one will train both sides just as one exercise. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the kettlebell right here. It's a little more strength focused than the last movement. But what we'll do is we're gonna rotate to one side and then the other. It's kind of like a kettlebell swing in terms of your concept, but you're rotating side to side. And really this is super good at stabilizing the low back. It's great for, like I said, baseball players, softball players, tennis, golf. That's a super good exercise right there, okay? So those are 3 different variations of rotational exercises. Remember, the most important thing is that you gotta train both sides so that you balance out your spine.